There is a truth that most people refuse to accept. The more intelligent you become, the more alone you feel. It is not a curse. It is not a weakness. It is simply the price of seeing the world as it really is. Intelligence leads to awareness. Awareness leads to understanding. And understanding leads to isolation. But why? Why does intelligence create distance? Why do those who think deeply often feel like strangers in their own world? Today, we dive into the hidden truth behind intelligence equals isolation. Imagine this. You wake up one day and see the world differently. You realize that most people are trapped in routines, trapped in distractions, trapped in meaningless conversations. You try to talk to them. You try to share what you've learned, but they don't understand. They don't care. Because while you see the world in high definition, they are comfortable in low resolution. And suddenly you feel alone. Not because you want to be, but because there are so few who can truly understand you. This is the first price of intelligence. Understanding too much and having too few to share it with. Deep thinking is a gift, but it is also a burden. While others are talking about the weather, you are thinking about the universe. While others are watching mindless entertainment, you are analyzing the patterns of history. And while others are surrounded by people, you find yourself alone because intelligence craves depth, but the world rewards surface-level thinking. Most people avoid deep thoughts because they are uncomfortable. But for you, avoiding deep thoughts is impossible, and that makes you different. Not better, not worse, just different. Here's the paradox. The more intelligent you become, the harder it is to find people who truly resonate with you. Sure, you can have conversations, you can be social, you can even laugh with others, but deep down, they don't really get you. They see the world differently. They chase things that seem meaningless to you. They value things that feel empty to you. And so you find yourself withdrawing, not because you hate people, not because you want to be alone, but because being alone is easier than pretending to fit in. Think about the greatest minds in history. Nikola Tesla spent his last years alone, talking to pigeons. Leonardo da Vinci was misunderstood in his time. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "It is not a lack of love, but a lack of understanding that makes unhappy marriages." Isaac Newton never married and spent most of his life in isolation. Albert Einstein, despite his fame, said, "I am truly a lonely man." There is a pattern. The smarter you are, the more you see. The more you see, the more detached you feel. Because genius and loneliness go hand in hand. But here's the secret. Isolation is not a weakness. It is a gift. When you embrace solitude, you gain power. The power to think deeply. The power to create without distraction. The power to understand yourself fully. Solitude is where great ideas are born. Solitude is where the mind is free to explore. Solitude is where intelligence truly thrives. You are not alone in your loneliness, because the greatest minds before you walk the same path. Yes, intelligence often leads to isolation, but isolation does not mean misery. The key is balance. Find those rare souls who understand you. Create, think, and build in your solitude. But do not forget to live, because intelligence is a gift, and a gift should never feel like a curse. So if you feel alone, if you feel like no one understands you, remember this. You are not broken. You are just ahead of your time. Embrace your mind, embrace your solitude, and most importantly, embrace the power of being different. Because intelligence equals isolation, but isolation equals strength. The world may not always understand you, but history will remember you. Stay strong, stay thinking, stay you.